Good morning, everyone. So I saw this out on Pinterest and it kind of inspired this 4th of July beach theme rock. And I'm going to be doing this today mainly with our Tooli-Art pens. So I've already sketched one out to get a head start on this for you, and I'm just gonna walk you through what I do, and hopefully I won't make any mistakes. Now this Tooli-Art pen that I'm using, this is from their metallic line. You can tell the difference between their pens, the regular as well as the metallic. The metallic ones say metallic and blue down at the bottom. So this is one of the fine pens, and what I'm gonna do is just fill this in. I have to tell you, doing these small rocks is very challenging for me. I prefer big rocks. I don't know why. I never really painted or anything until the kindness movement until I stumbled upon a rock one day at my son's swim practice, and then the rest is history. I never was good at art or anything like that. I have no training whatsoever, and I really believe with this, just like anything else, it's just simply practice, lots of practice, and wanting it. If you don't want it, then it's not gonna come to you, right? So when I first started out, I was using nail polish. Not kidding, nail polish, and I had maybe 3 little bottles of really cheap paint. And I started painting, and I was feverish. I was just, oh my gosh, I was painting like 20 rocks a day. They were not pretty rocks, but I was painting. And then I just woke up one day and there was a shift, and all of a sudden I could paint better. And I've seen it in a lot of people, and it's very exciting to see in people. So I'm saying that not for all the great artists out there that are better than me, and there's many, many. I don't consider myself good, actually. But I'm saying that for the people that just feel like they're never going to be able to do it. And gosh, these pens, these art pens, sure make it easy to stay within the lines and stuff. Maybe not for me with the smaller rocks, but they're really great pens. All right, so that's all we're gonna do there with the red one. And then this blue, we're gonna come in here, and look how nice and pretty that blue is. So you're just gonna come in and paint this all blue. And if you want to do red and blue stripes, do it. If you don't want to do patriotic and you prefer to do polka dotted flip-flops on the beach, do it. There is no right or wrong way. I think the art movement has come a long way, and we have realized that long before I started painting, that there's really no right or wrong way. Just whatever feels good to you, that's what you're gonna do. And don't get discouraged, and don't listen to the people that tell you you can't do it or you're not capable of doing it. Those aren't your people. Those are not your people. If you're around people that are bringing you down, those are not your people. Okay, and then looking at this one, that one doesn't look right, does it? I didn't add enough line there, so I'll just go ahead and fill that in a bit. Okay, so that's all we're gonna do for that right now. I'm not gonna do the white stars on this until after I spray coat this. Okay, so now we're gonna come in and we're going to do some sand. And you're just going to take a medium pen and you're just going to fill it in. And if you mess up on anything, don't worry. You're just going to come back in and go over it. It is not a big deal. I know far too many people that feel like if they make a mistake, there's no recovery. And that is just not true. You can always, almost always fix something. And if for some reason you can't fix it, paint over it. Get some of your flat paint, flat white, or make it a different color and paint over the whole thing and start all over again. No one is going to know, I promise you. The only way they're gonna know is if you tell them, I messed this rock up. So be good to yourself. Now you could do this in regular acrylic paint with a brush if you chose to. I'm just doing this because frankly it's summertime and a lot of people are going to weddings out of state and they're going on vacation and they're sitting at baseball matches and soccer matches and swim matches for their kids hours on end. Now you see that blue that got smeared out there? Don't worry about it because we can come back in and fix it. I am so blessed in regards to art. I'm not gifted, but what I am is I'm very forgiving of myself. I'm a very sloppy artist. And I just don't let stuff get to me if I go outside the lines or if I mess up. I always feel like I can repair it, or I feel like somebody will find it and love it. I have to tell you, usually the ones that people absolutely love are the ones that I didn't put a lot of time into and have just a simple quote or something on them. Now I'm going back in with the other lighter shade Tooli-Art and just kind of breaking it up a little, just giving it a little bit more interest. Okay, so now we're going to come in and we're going to do the water. And again, you're not doing anything super fancy. You're just scribbling across it. And we're going to add several shades. So I'm starting out with the lighter one here just because chances are the water is shallow near the edge of the beach. But you know, if you didn't want to do all ocean, you could do the flip-flops up into a sunset or anything you want because it's your canvas and it's your art and you're in charge. So you decide what you want to see, not anybody else. And then I like adding in this, even though it's kind of a green shade, just because a lot of the times when you're at the beach, you can see an area that is darker and greenish. It isn't always blue, so I like adding that in. And I'm just gonna come back in, add a little bit more blue. Come back in at the bottom here. Try to get around these flip-flops a little bit better. I don't know where you are, but I live in southern Arizona and it is above 100 degrees now. So it's, we're well into our summer. We're getting ready for the 4th of July, and that's why I thought these would be really kind of fun rocks to do, very patriotic and summerish. Okay, so now I'm just gonna go back in here and try to get around those lines if I can. And then remember over here where it was kind of blue, just gonna go back in and touch those up. And then I'm also gonna go back in and touch these up a little bit. Okay, now I'm gonna take it outside. I'm gonna shut the camera off for a minute. I'm gonna take it outside and spray it after I put the shimmer in here for the sand. And all I'm doing with the shimmer is just taking it like right up and around the thongs and then the flip-flops, and then even putting a little bit of sand on it, and then right at the edge of the ocean as well. Okay, so that's gonna add to that. I'm gonna take it outside and spray it, and the reason being is you want a layer of protection between the blue and the white. And if you don't, the white is gonna pick up on the blue. So you just want that barrier in between so you can actually see the white stars. So I'm gonna take it outside and spray it, and then I'll bring it back in and we will work on the stars. Okay, so I took it outside and I sprayed it. And now all I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna come in here and draw little stars. And they are not gonna be perfect because they're gonna be just like me, and I am not perfect. So for you OCD artists, I'm gonna drive you nuts. I am not your person. And then I went outside the line there. So, and then if, after you draw them, if you don't really see them looking completely like stars, you can go back in and just like drop some lines into it like that, just to kind of give the appearance of points. So that's it, and when these are glossed up, they're going to be beautiful. Once I resin them, they're just so much better. But anyway, super, super simple. I hope you give them a whirl, and I hope you make them so much better than mine, because I always want people to outdo me. All right, have a good day, everybody.